Let's fight! A very good evening to each and every one of you. Wherever in the world you guys are joining us from, welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Some of you are joining us from Twitter this evening. Some of you joining us from LinkedIn. And some of you are joining us from Facebook, the Blue app, Meta. Welcome in the ring wherever you guys are joining us from. For those of you who are new, we tend to get a little rowdy around here, and tonight is going to be no different. Strap yourselves in, folks. Lots of information to discuss with you guys. Some of you have been here for a little while waiting. Those are persons who joined on YouTube. They come early and they sit down. Good to see you guys. Really good to see you. Let me give you some of you guys a shout out. You've been here holding. We've been watching you guys. Atta McPherson and Susan Gibbons, Joan Stephanie, Alishir Greenwich. Good to see each and every one of you. Beatrice Selby, Chisel, Caleb De Silva. Good to see you. Ottawa McPherson again. Good to see each and every one of you who joined us very, very early on YouTube. Myrna Monroe. Good to see you as well. Diane Fordyce. Fantastic, beautiful people. Merlin DeYoung. Magnell Barrow. Magnell, how are you doing? So good to see you there. Delroy Bunbury. Horace Thomas. Leonard Jacobs. Deshaun Alexander. Pretty Pink, Coretta Fraser Kingston, good to see you. Caleb Wilson, Myrna Monroe, Shibone, Semple, Samuel Henry, Horace Thomas, Laverne Laverne. Janet Edwards is here as well. Lindy Halley, Samuel Henry, Myrna Monroe, Wilton Blue, we see you. Good to see each and every one of you guys. We couldn't do this program without you. Pace and power in 2022. Yonat Phillips, Janet Edwards, guys. Welcome in the ring. Welcome in the Coliseum. Welcome in the arena. Wherever you guys are joining us from this evening, it is our privilege to be here with you guys. You know, we've started the show, and tonight is one of the nights we're still working on some of the elements at the back end. We hope we get through it in one piece. Good to see each and every one of you folks like Aquino Lawrence and Alexis Arthur, Rowena Cummins. Good to see Rowena there. And I want to say a big shout out to some other folks like Sharmila Carter and Claudette Clark, Gail Allicock from New Jersey, Glensis Chilcott as well from New Jersey, Margaret Nelson, Philip Bunbury, Alexis Arthur, Stacy Wade, Edward Wade, Wendell Henry. Good to see you, Marlon Thomas, Yvette Jerrick. Yep, Raquel Peters, Elizabeth Williams, Robert Archer, Warnella Garnett, and her lovely son, Jeremy. Good to see you. Winston Granada, Daniel Passad, Ariel Ashby, and Margaret Jones, Karen Smith, Erwin Don Cook, Donna McDonald. All of you beautiful, fantastic folks. You know, as we come, we got to share the live stream. We got to smash that emoji button. We want to see your comments. We want to know where you guys are joining us from. Samoa Williams, we see you there as well. Paul Bourne, we see you as well, guys. As we come, share the live stream. And yes, we want to see those emojis as well, guys. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from. It's pace and power, last day of the week, but we ain't stepping down. We are going full throttle, guys, into the weekend. Final show of the week here in the ring, but we have our podcast over the weekend, and I'm going to be there, and I hope you guys will be there as well. How are you guys doing at your end? We don't know about you guys, but we are ready to get into the fight card. Lots of things to discuss with you guys this evening. Lots of information to get through. And we're going to be joined this evening, a little later on in the program, by the one and only Rickford Burke out of New York, the Caribbean Guyana Institute of Democracy there in New York. Rickford Burke is going to be joining us. They're coming after Rickford. They're coming after Mudwata. They're coming after Rickford too. They're coming after Rickford. And we're going to talk about some people in Georgia and places like that and how they aiding perhaps and abetting the PPP. Those are some of the issues we're going to be talking about. Kurt Heidekin and Kim Clark, Paul Bourne, Michelle Curica, Brenda Bailey, and Samuel Henry. Just some of the issues we're going to have. Rick Ford is going to be here, and I'm looking forward to having him. Marva April, yep, Carlotta, good to see you. Roxanne Odessa, good to see you. Zoan Stewart, Champion Marvin, good to see each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for this support. It means the world to us. We prepare for you guys. We know you want the information and you come here to get it. And we want to give you just that. Don Barnes and Dion Ayana, Bettino Lichman. Between I ain't see you for a little while. Whatever money you borrow from us, we forgive you. However money you borrow. Bettino, come back more often. Good to see you. Volme Wilson and all the other beautiful folks joining us this evening, guys. We don't know about you. I know about y'all. We know about ourselves. But we fired up, guys. And we are ready to go. So much information, as I said. We are still working on some bits of the broadcast this evening behind the scenes, and we hope that all of it, it's a smooth flow. It's a smooth movement this evening. Good to see each and every one of you. Really good to see each and every one of you guys. I don't know about you, but I am excited. I am excited to get into the fight card this evening. Lots of information in the fight card. Guys, share. Don't let me waste time tonight, Don't let me waste time. Don't let me waste time at all. And I want to get right to it. I don't know about you. Could we get to it? Might I beg your indulgence for us to start? Hollis London and Samoa Williams, Claude Chapman, Kwana Mingo, David Wood, Volme Wilson. Guys, I know thousands of you watch the program, but we don't call, some folks believe that we only call the names of people who contribute to our program. That is not so. The people who put a comment in and we see their name pop up, we just call the names, right? And give a shout out to some to these folks here. Good. So let me that's why some of y'all feel this show getting millions of US dollars. Not so, folks. Not so. And that is why we keep asking you guys to come on board and to partner with us, because we got so much expense to meet on a monthly basis to keep all this going, folks. Whether it's the In the Ring broadcast, it's our podcast. We are restarting very shortly the WHIP, or parliamentary program, and then we have the our flagship, the credible sources, and we got all the stuff we're building out just for you guys to ensure that you are fully informed. Yvonne McPherson and Idris Williams, fully informed. So consider coming on board and partnering with us. And know that when we call the names, it's the folks who make the comments, like Derek Smith, and like Glenn Sismingo, like Rowena Cummins. Those are the folks we give a shout out to, like Joanne Stephanie, because we can see their names there, folks. If you don't make a comment, you don't have a chance. Alvin Fraser, good to see you, folks. How are you guys doing? I'm ready to head into the fight card, folks, and hope all the other ends of the program clicks for us this evening to give us a smooth movements, guys. Are you guys ready? I am ready. Welcome in the ring, folks, wherever you're joining us from in the world. Those of you joining us on Twitter, joining us on YouTube. Some folks are joining us on LinkedIn as well. And then we have you folks, the fast set on Facebook. We all know y'all, the fast set. Moving in the fight card, folks. Where are we starting from? Where are we starting from this evening? The week as it was. The week as it was. Lots of stuff happened over the week. Lots of stuff happened over the week. And we want to give you guys the week as it was. We ain't adding, we ain't subtracting. We're giving you all the things as it happened. A quick run through, guys. For those of you who may have missed something important during the course of this week, guys. The week as it was. And look at some of the things very quickly that transpired over this last week, guys. Some of the things that made the program this last week because they were so important. Some of the things, as Monday started, there was a motion of no confidence against the Speaker of the National Assembly. Yep. Mansour Nadir got a motion in the backside. Motion against the Speaker of the National Assembly. And on Monday as well, 8 opposition parliamentarians, they were referred to the privileged committee, yours truly inclusive. I think it's because we bring this motion, I think it's because we bring this motion. Who shared the live stream, folks? Monday as well, we saw yet another ship with Guyanese registration, bearing the Guyanese flags, doing some illegal things out at sea, this time in the South China Sea, them guys trading in illegal crude oil with Iran. That was on Monday. By Tuesday, the 25th, oh my, we saw Guyana drop 2 places on the International Corruption Index. Can you imagine that? 2 places on the International Corruption Perception Index of 2021. 2 places. Them boys come back. Corruption, corruption, guys. Corruption. And then the fishermen crying out, Things tight. The fishermen crying out, they're trying to fish in Guyana waters, and they were telling us that ExxonMobil pushing them out. ExxonMobil pushing them out from the areas they have been traditionally fishing for perhaps all of their lives, the fishermen in this country. But we ain't having it, ExxonMobil. We ain't having it. Well, the people ready for throw a hamper in the chest. Ready for throw 7,000 hamper in the fisherman chest, but they ain't having it. That was just Tuesday. Things were warming up by Monday. We had this beast of a budget. Everybody still vexed, People don't get over this budget yet. People don't get over this budget yet. Nothing in the budget for poor people. That was Wednesday. Wednesday also, we saw this 14-year-old girl who was suing Anne Green, the Child Protection Agency director, the agency, and the government, $25 million for unlawful detention. Unlawful detention. And while she was placed in the East Repentance lockups there, she said some women made some sexual advances towards her. Right? She's not like that. She didn't swing in that direction. And so she's suing the state for not treating her properly. And then we saw fire, folks. There's a fire nation. Fire nation by Wednesday. Right? We saw there was a fire GPL plant in Anne Regina. And then there was a fire at a Chinese-owned business on Regent Street. It's a fire nation. We said there are two sets of people in this country. Fire nation and fight nation. I in the fight nation. I know some of you are in the fight nation too. I know some of you guys in the fight nation. And guys, that was only Wednesday, That was only Wednesday. And folks, we just picked out a couple of the things. Couple of the things that made the headline to bring you guys up to speed. Because we know some of y'all sailing. By Thursday, which was just yesterday, people, by Thursday. Again, the budget was under attack. Right? We saw GHK Lal said it is an abomination. I believe him. Few occasions I disagree with GHK Lal. I believe him. It was an abomination. Nothing in it for poor people. Them big boys can make the money. But poor people, I ain't getting nothing in this budget here. Then Frank Anthony on Thursday, just yesterday, told us, now they're saying only 3 doses. With your 3 doses of vaccine, are you going to be considered fully vaccinated? So you got to get your 2 first doses and your booster shot. Folks, they keep changing the rule every day. People in I turn their head spinning and need another dose just to cure them for that. It's I turn how these rules changing every day. Every day. So you need a first dose, second dose, and a booster shot to be considered fully vaccinated, according to the installed Minister of Health, Frank Anthony. And then, folks, we saw this case with this child who was killed after being hit in the head by a 13-year-old and the child succumbed later at the Georgetown Public Hospital. They said they brought in a certain social commentator to get some help to ventilate the matter in public. And like the social commentator take buyout from the alleged perpetrator's family. And so that made the news headline. I tell you all, you see some people flying to Barbados, Suriname, Venezuela, all the places. You know, limited, don't envy them. Don't envy them. And then just today, among the things we will cover, Christopher Jones and Annette walks free from the Georgetown Magistrates Court. The flimsy charges of obstructing a peace officer and illegal possession charges. Right? There was a no-case submission by the attorneys, and the magistrate accepted. This government doing a pack of nonsense. Prosecuting people without the slightest shred of evidence, folks. Without the slightest shred of evidence. And that is how most of the week rushed by. Folks, it was Monday just the other day. Here we are at Friday. And so that is one of the things we're going to be focused on this evening. These flimsy charges, Chris and Anna told us they were trumped-up charges, political prosecution, and so said, so done. No evidence to support obstructing a peace officer, no evidence to support the other charge here. And so their lawyers made a no-case submission, and the magistrate found that there was veracity to their arguments and found those arguments appealing. And so both Christopher Jones and Annette Ferguson and the other folks who were similarly charged with them all were discharged from the court, being found not guilty. PP, come on, man, try a different trick now, man. Try a different trick. And that's how, folks, the week rushed by. That's how the week went by, folks. Moving on, breaking news. Folks, a lot of things happening in this country nationally. A lot of things happening in this country nationally. Big things. Big issues we're being faced with here, folks. Big gigantic, ginormous issues. Folks, breaking today. Stop the clock was session. The news was so big. We call it sesh. In this country, we say sesh. A lot of people say session. We say sesh. What's sesh? Folks, breaking news. Mudwata arrested. Arrested. You know, you can't talk on social media these days, you know. I know it too acutely. I know it too acutely. The 10th of February, I'm back before a magistrate. Because a man is alleging, I call him a jagabat and a trench crapper. Well, if it walk like a jagabat, it talk like a jagabat, it display jagabat tendencies and trench crapper tendencies, then what you want us to say? It seems as though Mudwata has found himself in a similar position. Now Mudwata in the corner doing his own thing. Sometimes Mudwata talk to me and all, talk about me and all. But folks, we got thick skin in this business. You want to be a public personality, then there are certain things that comes with the territory. You want to be CEO of GCOM. You want to be this, you want to be that. You want to bamba and chill with the big boys, but you don't want people to rob you? Come on, folks. People call me all kinds of names. They call me man whore, they call me anti-man, homosexual, this, that, cutthroat. You know the things people call me on a daily basis? You know things people call me on a daily basis? But folks, we gotta get tough skin. Come on, folks. Come on. We behave like children, man. We behave like children. Right? Somebody call you something and you go and vex in the car now. Right? Come on. We gotta operate better. We gotta operate better. So we saw today, police have apprehended someone who they say is Mudwata. Right? But we don't like how this law being used, you know. Right? A lot of people up in the feelings in this country now. Right? Deep. When did we become so thin-skinned, man? When did we get like that? So thin-skinned. If I am to work with people and the names they call me on a daily basis, I wouldn't do this show because it's litigation. I'd be running behind people with the police every single day. Every single day. You know what they say, folks? It's not what you called. It is not what you are called, but rather, it's what you answer to. It is what you answer to. Some people could call you jagabat. Use a jagabat. It's what you answer to. People could call you trench crapper. You're the trench crapper. But you see, the whole thing is, I learned as a student who read law, and I didn't drop out UG at second year like catfish. I passed and graduated and got my LLB proud. Is that the defense to slander and libel is the truth. The first defense to slander and libel is the truth. So if you're a jagabat, how are you going to complain? You're operating like a jagabat, you're displaying jagabat tendency. That is what it is. So folks, on behalf of this whole country, listen, when I finish doing this, I need to rest and relax too, and I need some things on YouTube to watch. So y'all come on, free Mudwata. Free Mudwata. Come on guys, we got to get tough skin. Tough skin in this business. Too many people catching their feelings. Everybody now emotionally distressed. Soon you sneeze on the camera, somebody's offended, they emotionally distressed, and you uppercoach them. Come on, folks. That's not the country we're accustomed to. We're rough and tough in this place, folks. Right? It's not what you all call me, is what I answer to. Not so. Annabelle Clement, Amabel Clement, Mandy Love, and Everett Small, Karen Beresford Collins. You're all free Mudwata, man. Free Mudwata. I wonder where the hole in Mudwata. I going down there, hold up a sign if Mudwata need little food. I know about this all too acutely, about prosecutions. All too acutely. But you know, things are tight in this country. Things are tight in this country. It's who rat out Mudwata. I am willing to pay $1,001 for the person who rat out Mudwata. That's why you want to know. Things are tight. You're going to rat out your brother, man. That's why we betray the 1763 rebellion, you know. That is why we betray it. Somebody always got to rat out. But things tight. Things tight, and I can imagine the million look alluring. Right? But I putting out $1,001. I want to know who rat out Mudwata. That's why I want to know. Who rat you out? Who rat out Mudwata? That is what I want to know. Right? I am not saying definitively this is Mudwata. You understand me? I am not saying definitively. I think right now at CID, them boys asking, you know Duncan? You affiliated with Duncan? Mudwata, do not confirm nor deny those statements. They're going to ask you, Mudwata, do you know Sherry Duncan? Is he part of this establishment and organization? Is he part of this franchise and network? Do not confirm nor deny, Mudwata. Do not confirm nor deny. Do not confirm nor deny. Who vex? Who vex? Folks, share the live stream. We're going to keep the fires burning until Mudwata is freed. We will keep a vigil. We will keep the fires burning on YouTube, on social media, on Facebook, right? On Twitter, on LinkedIn, where we're streaming till this evening as well. We will keep the fire burning in the name of Mudwata. Oh, yeah, we can't take criticisms anymore in this country. That's where we come into, folks. Right? That's where we come into. Folks, y'all better ought to put hashtag free Mudwata. You know, some folks telling me Mudwata is PVP. That's another story by itself. Mudwata is PVP. So just be careful. Folks, we all in the struggle when number is coming for we, though. When number is coming for we all in the struggle with freedom of speech in this country. And if we stay quiet only because somebody's PVP or liberty and justice or equal rights and justice or justice for all, because there are some different political orientation, when people's rights are being trampled, we're in a dangerous place. And I don't want to subscribe to that just yet. I don't want to subscribe to that. So free Mudwata. Right? You know yourself. Free Mudwata. Right? We just fired the first shot. We just fired the first shot, people. Free Mudwata. Moving on. Who don't know? Who know? No, I can see them asking at CID. Do you know parliamentarian APNU AFC? That is the paint you have. APNU AFC parliamentarian. Is he part of this? Do not confirm nor deny. Moving on, folks. Moving on this evening. Coming soon. Oh, Father. You know, few projects, very few projects, we ever see the PPP complete. Everything coming soon. From budget to budget. Coming soon. Budget to budget we see. Coming soon. Coming soon. So, folks, we there. Drinking we water, minding we own business. We there. Drinking we water. Oh, there's a pride bus. And minding we business. You know, I don't know how we could drink we water, mind we own business, but Odessa can't drink water, mind she own business. Odessa says she drink cold water. She drink hot water. She drink it lukewarm. She drink it flavored. But she making it. She got them her business. That's what we hear. Coming soon, folks. We there. Them jacobats and trench crappers want then everything. Now them boys get their own currency. And guess what the currency is dubbed? The currency is dubbed the trenchy. So, when you roll a raise, you tell them boys, give me a Granger, but things tight now. You gotta say, give me a trenchy. Oh, Father, people now got the whole currency. Everything they competing with APNU AFC. Now, this 5,000 bill came out when Granger then went in. The thing was green, APNU's green, people dub it the Granger. People say, give me a Granger. Right? Now they come out with a red currency. So people dub it right away, the trenchy. Give a trenchy the man. Give me 2 trenchy the man. Things tight. We used to be able to say under Granger government, I can take a Granger. Right? Y'all know, y'all think things are tight under Granger. We used to say I can take a Granger. But now, oh my God, I can take a trenchy. That's what that is what they've brought us to, folks. 3 budgets later, things are tight. They got to bring out their own currency now because they know things are moving. Right? Then no bread are moving. No bread are moving. So them boys bring out their own currency. Let's know how them boys disrespectful. Right? Trench crap on Jagabat and catfish and them. Disrespectful. First thing, they put it in red. That's the first thing. And then they throw the motto in a little corridor. Y'all know what motto is? One people, one nation, one destiny. Or they put it in a little corner. Don't value them all. them boys come out with a party tag. One Guyana. That seems to be the new motto. That's what they want to do, So it's red money. 5 pound red money, man. It's red money now, with something that look like a little creek, right? It's a trenchy. So folks now, them trenchy got old money. You understand? It's competing. So now when you want a little blind, and then I can go up to the Granger and say, I'm going to take a trenchy. Folks, but this is what people telling us. People said this is the shortened form of trench crapo. It's a trenchy, right? They say when them boys bust the 3,000 now, that's the jagabat. The 3,000 note, them boys tell us the 3,000 note come in. That's the jagabat. That one we call the jagabat. So you got the trenchy, the trench crapo, and you got the jagabat. Yep, coming up, folks. Folks, there is no country on earth like this country. It's the greatest country in the world. Hear me accent now. It's the greatest country in the world, and I'd rather live no other place. So them by bring out their own money now. Imagine Granger them bring out the money around independence. Them by mimicking the thing, not an original bone in the body, not one original bone. So they come with the red currency now and the one Guyana stamp. They think it's monopoly we play here, They think in this country here is monopoly things tight, and they know you can't get a Granger. Granger is circulating. If you see a Granger is a rarity, take out a picture. Yeah, take out a selfie. Look at Granger behind me. Boom. Right? But the trenchy is going to circulate. The trenchy is going to circulate, folks. New currency coming. Look out for it. It's going to happen past y'all. What song the toll is back? What song them trench crappers make? It can be happening past y'all. Look for it. Moving on, folks. Moving on. Spotted today, folks. We spot some people, We said people got a little reputation, a little notoriety, and so on. We bring it down to this subheading, spotted, right? I ain't seen with a trenchy yet. He's just carrying Granger. Aubrey Norton was in the Bacalist with a team from Congress Place, the PNCR, doing a walkabout there in the Bacalist. Yep, meeting with the people. Y'all know Aubrey's roots. So Aubrey went with his team, talking to people. Then people asking Aubrey, where's this trenchy business here? We the good with the Granger. How come now they're bringing trenchy? How them people competitive, sir? Them with the red money. Red like red house. My God, that's all the complaints was about the street. Folks, we heard too that Mudwata was arrested because Mudwata was calling this money trenchy on social media. You can't talk now. This countryman, Volme Wilson and Michelle McKay, Petal Brown, Claudette Harry, Nicola Bess, Ann Bakers, Auntie Sandra Hadover. You can't talk in this country. So we heard the plethora of issues that was raised with Mr. Aubrey Norton, the leader of the PNCR, in the back. It had to do with this trenchy. Right? Folks, we want to see those shares, and we want to see those emojis as well. So kudos to Mr. Aubrey Norton and team, hitting the ground running, meeting with the people. The man's roots, Right? The man's a ground man. Roots. Respect and manners. We want to see more of this. Meeting with the people, listening to their concern, and then dropping lash in them jagabats and trench crapos. That being said, folks, photo of the day. We discuss this at the beginning of our program. Photo of the day. Yep, this is Christopher Jones and Annette Ferguson as the court upheld that no case submission submitted by the attorney. Don't waste people time, man. They're prosecuting people for no reason at all. They got the scantiest of evidence, if any evidence at all. They got Christopher Jones before the court. Still got he on that other issue. They got what's her name? This is the lady who got she things. Volda and Lawrence. Volda before the court. Carol Joseph before the court. A whole set of people. Right? Not a shred of evidence to support any of it. On all of the cases, and Barker gonna be just like this one. Muhammad fraud, it gonna be just like this one. Right? Falling through. No evidence. So the court upheld the submission by Christopher's and Annette's attorneys. of no case submission, and so they were found not guilty for the charge of breaching the peace, I think it was, and being part of an illegal procession. It's the common things they always try to tell people. It's the common things, but we're not having it. Respect and manners to Chris. Respect and manners to Annette Ferguson and all the other folks who were similarly charged with them folks. All the other folks who were so similarly charged with them. Oh God, it's maybe there with COVID. It's maybe there with COVID in this country, people. Maybe there with COVID. Frank, your name calling. Frank, your name calling. Your name calling. You know, folks, y'all realize Jack your name on the red monitor? Jack your name down the trenchy. Heal everything. Oh God. Heal everything. That being said, as an aside, Frank, 4 more dead, 375 new cases. We getting better, you know. One day it is low like this, believe it or not, and then tomorrow it could be 15 dead, 1,000 cases. Frank, them give up. We told y'all right here. We told y'all, Frank, them boys, they give up. They give up. COVID now, free reign. You know, in some of the parts of the world you guys are watching us from, things are better. You got some lockdowns periodically to stem the tide and spread of COVID-19. Not here. Economy got to open up. Them boys say people gonna die. Money got for back. Right? The trenches gotta circulate. Money got for make. Trenches gotta make. Money got to circulate. So 4 more dead and 375 new cases. And this is what the dashboard actually looks like for today, folks. As we said, 375 new cases of COVID-19, 4 deaths. Total deaths totaling 1,160. Guys around the world, people around the world who are watching us. When this administration came in, people on LinkedIn, people on Twitter, people on YouTube, when this administration came in, there were 21 deaths. There were 474 confirmed cases. Now the confirmed cases are way over 45,000. The active cases, as you see here, 11,148. That's where we're there. And the deaths, you see there, 1,160. Poor management. Very, very poor COVID management. Very, very poor COVID management. Right? So, you know, that's one of the reasons why we submitted a no confidence motion against the Minister of Health. It is because the way crime is going, we submitted a no confidence motion in addition against Robeson Ben. Right? But those motions aren't meeting on the order paper in the National Assembly. Right? Mansour, your name calling. Those motions ain't meeting the order paper, folks. But moving on. Fires on the PPP. We told y'all just this week there were 2 fires. Not so? One in Anna Regina and one in the Chinese-owned store on Regent Street. Fire? The fires on the PPP just recently. The 2 shower of Aishalton. The 2 shower of Aishalton. Michael Thomas. The man house just went up in flames. Just went up in flames. He went farming, came back home, house gone. It's a fire nation, we told y'all. You got 2 kinds of people in this country. It's fire nation and fight nation. We're in the fight nation. The man went farming, come back, his home gone up. It's a thing. It's the things. It's the things. What some of y'all would call them? It's the jumbies, the spirits, the tobacco. I call them the PPP. It's the things. It's the things. It's spiritual wickedness in high places. It's the things, people. It's the things. So his house went up. And then there was another fire as well, just recently, right? In which the police are saying a lit and unattended candle is responsible for this fire in Cross Street. I think it's All Boys Town or Charlestown there. Let me qualify that. Right? That's what the folks are telling us. A lit unattended candle. 12 families are now dead. And the report says 12 persons are now homeless, 12 persons are homeless after fire destroyed an apartment building at Lot 59 Cross Street, Working Ross. Good thing I refer to my notes. Cross Street, Working Ross. The Ghana Fire Service received an emergency call around 20:55 hours, and water tenders responded from West Ramville Fire Station and Alberton Fire Station immediately. The structure involved a 2-story wooden apartment building owned by 74-year-old Joan Bowman, along with three others who occupied the top floor. The bottom floor, which consisted of two apartments, was occupied by 8 persons, and hence 12 persons now being homeless as a result of this fire at Cross Street, Working West. It's a fire nation. It's a fire nation. Don't believe us. Believe the facts we give you all here. Every single week we told you it's a fire. It's the most unbelievable thing. Soon as them guys come back, fire, it's a fire nation. Moving on in the fight card, folks. Lots more information to get to. Stay with us. Share the live stream. Signs of the times, guys. Signs of the times. Signs of the times. Young policeman met his demise just last evening in Mocha Arcadia. And the police are telling us that speeding, rather, was responsible. Some persons on social media, for those of you who've been following at that end, they have been saying that the road was not well lit, and that may have played a part in, is it Fustin Mangalore, 27-year-old from Perseverance Housing Scheme. He's a policeman in the 4B division, right? Who they're saying crashed into a stationary lorry there in Mocha just last evening. Our thoughts and prayers go out to this family. That road could use some lights, folks, and we gotta slow down too. But that being said, our thoughts and prayers go out with Fusten, family and friends, his co-workers, the community who loved him. Our thoughts and prayers, guys. Our thoughts and prayers. We gotta slow down on that road, right? Some of us operate as though we come to finish speed. Signs of the times. Nice time. For some people in this country. Why is some of we catching with tail? For some people in this country, guys, it's nice time. For some people, it's not everybody. For some people, it's nice time. Right? For one monkey in Tushan, it's nice time. It's nice time for the monkey, but it's terror apparently for the people of Tushan. This monkey is terrorizing the residents of Tushan. Folks, y'all want nice time for the monkey. But the folks at Tushan said they're being terrorized, and the animal welfare activists of Guyana, they posted this story about this monkey who's terrorizing the people in Tushan. A concerned citizen, the report says, who wishes to remain anonymous, sent animal welfare activists of Guyana the following message. Hi, good afternoon. I'm from Tushan, East Bank, Essequibo. Here we have a monkey in the neighborhood that destroys things for people. He's very mischievous. I don't know if he have an owner, but he everywhere. We have a shop, and he's going inside and carry away things. Folks, I tell you, things tight in this country, The monkey going in the shop and carry away things. He bust up a set of eggs. Why people punishing? This a bushy monkey. He wasting eggs. And people in this country punishing. They go nice with some planting. When we can afford them back again. The monkey busting up eggs. All the rainwater he can't drink. Right? And he's going the tank. He's going the tank. I have little kids. And he go inside the house and sit in the chair. This is a malicious monkey. This is a malicious monkey. The person said, I have a newborn baby. My neighbor sell fish and shrimp, and he thief out some. This monkey going hungry. The times might be tight, but this monkey is not going hungry. No, we don't want him around. And we don't want to hurt him, so they're in a quandary. The folks in Tushan in a quandary. Right? But it's a good quandary. They don't want the monkey around, and they don't want to hurt him either. Right? So they're in a quandary there. Right? So those folks who can help. Those folks who can help these guys. The people said he go in the chair, he said, he thieving out fish, he thieving out shrimp. This monkey got a very, very eclectic palate. He's an Epicurean, he got good taste in food and drinks and so on. He's an Epicurean. Very, very eclectic palate there. This monkey here is something else. This monkey got some tendencies, folks. This monkey here got some tendencies. And we got to watch it. It's nice time for the monkey. But it's a terror time for the people of Tushan. Y'all hold it up, Tushan. Hold it up. Hold straight, Tushan. whole strain. That being said, while the police force can be looking at things like this, them boys doing their own thing. While the police force shall be helping to bring relief to Tushan, them boys doing their own thing. Folks, we're getting a story out of canal number 2, I think it is. Oh, corruption there, Dora Doris, PPP friends and family. The corruption there plenty. PPP friends and family. I did tell you when we started that some elements of the program we're still working on, and we're going to skip this one as soon as it is ready, because we got some audio to share with you guys. It's going to shock y'all. It's going to shock y'all when you hear the level of corruption. Mala, your name calling, Auntie Mala. From number 2, canal number 2, your name calling. Molly from canal number 2, your name calling too. Is Molly, Mala, Mudwata and Money. Is the M's tonight and the monkey. The monkey, Molly, Mudwata and Mala. All the M's tonight. The word for today is M. The letter is M. The letter is M, folks. PPP friends and family. Soon as we have this piece, guys, soon as it is completed and ready for you guys, we're going to dial back here. Remember we told you, PPP friends and families, big story in canal number 2 with the people money, big thiefing up. Y'all see them farmers flood cash grant. Y'all see the COVID cash grant and so on. You hear all them boys making a mess of the guy needs people money. You're going to hear all them boys making a mess of the guy needs people money. Bear with us. Moving on. So while the police should be looking into these things, y'all remember, it is the Auditor General, Deodat Sharma, is that his name? Who said that he can't order the COVID money because COVID is hindering him. Right? You hear the contradictions there. He can order everything else, but not the COVID money. Right? The monkey terrorizing people. Their intuition, the people living in fear. These are the things the police should be looking into. But look what the police doing. The police busy. Right? When they're going after Rickford Burke, them boys prepare the media and so on. Good intentions. Good intentions could got unintended consequences, like the monkey terrorizing the people at Tushan. I just read the report from the animal rights group. Thieving out the shrimp, thieving out the fish, going in the people chair in the house and sitting down like he's a member of the family. This is a bushy monkey. So these are just some of the things the police should be helping with. This social media commentator who interfering with the people case, taking bribe and all kind of thing according to what the people saying. This social media, these are the things the police force should be looking into it. No. They're trying to fabricate story against Rickford Burke. Did they fix some pavement? Good intention. But they got to hold a focus. The police got to hold a focus. They got to hold a focus. I'm privileged. We can dial back. Remember that thing. PPP friends and family. Once that audio becomes available to us, I want you to listen. You're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked. We hope it completes before the program wraps up. But folks, we have with us this evening Rickford Burke, the man himself. Some people in Georgia want them places like they're conspiring against Rickford. That's some of the things we hear, and I told y'all that when the program start. That's some of the things we hear, right? The PPP will stop at nothing. I know what is shocking. They got some people who helping them. Rickford, welcome to the program this evening, my brother. Welcome.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir. How are you?
I am good, fired up and ready to go.
I like that tie. I like that tie.
Thanks, Rickford. you were this red one here though. A little thing. This red one looking like the currency. The red one looking like the trenchy.
No, the currency is pink.
It's pink.
Pink. I never see a pink currency yet. Pink.
Oh Lord,
pink
that's
with
over here.
Flower right next to Jack Dale's name, like he's a god,
Oh my, they got implications.
Yeah.
They got implications. But Rickford, we know they're trying with you. I want to talk to you about that and get your impression of this budget, boy. This budget so big, it touching you in the States there. So Rickford, what's happening? What are we hearing? Some people from Georgia or some place like that, like they're talking with Jack Dio them to, implicate you in some nonsense. What is happening? Make sense of this thing for us.
No, that's not the case. So a delegation of Black entrepreneurs and politicians from Georgia visited Guyana to explore at the invitation of some Black Businessmen Association or Black Business Owners Association in Guyana. And they attended a meeting with Ali and Jagdeo and some others in the PPP. And when they attended the meeting, I understand that two persons on the government side, name who shall be nameless for now, intervened and stopped the meeting to talk about me and my advocacy and that I am
Wow.
whatever, and ask if they cannot get me arrested in the United States. This is before the bulletin came out. This is before the bulletin came out. And the people in the meeting said they didn't know who Rickford Burke is, which was funny. But and they ignored this overture from the PPP to try to frame me to get me arrested in the United States. You know, but first of all, let me say this. Somehow in the minds of the PPP, anytime Black people speak out, we are criminals. So I don't know why they're obsessed with Rickford Burke getting arrested. Same thing was reported to the FBI, where Anil Nandlal, allegedly in this meeting that he had where he advocated for me to be killed, allegedly, said, well, if NYPD can't get him, then we're going to have to deal with him or whatever it is. I don't know what is this obsession that they think that anybody who they cannot get their hands on must be criminalized. And I think that's the important thing I want to emphasize. They want to criminalize you. They want to criminalize me, and they want to feed this red meat narrative to their sycophants and their racist supporters in Queens and Toronto and Berbice and all over the Guyana, to give them the impression that, oh, don't take this guy seriously. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. And I know some other stuff that they're doing, which I would not disclose now, Sherrod, they're doing in Guyana to give me, to give the international community that I'm a criminal. But it's going to backfire on them. It's going to backfire in a very nasty way. And like I said, everything they try to do to me, I will try to do to them. So I will make sure that then the world knows that Bharat Jagdeo headed a government that formed death squads that killed hundreds of people. I will let the world know that Arfin Ali, before he was sworn in, was before the court on multiple 19 criminal charges for a massive fraud. I will let the world know that Anil Nandlal, before he was sworn as Attorney General, was dragged out of his house in handcuffs as a criminal. Those are the criminals. And Sherrod, when they got into power, this is a strategy. You would recall, Anil Nandlal threatened before they were installed that because I was so vocal and criticizing their racism, I would be extradited. He said that. And then when they got into power, Sherrod, 4 weeks after they got into power, they asked the Ethnic Relations Commission to try to charge me, Mark Benchcop, and David Hines with crimes and extradite us. That's the PPP. And the attorney for the report was just leaked to us. They sent the attorney for the Ethnic Relations Commission at the time wrote them saying they don't have jurisdiction over our speech. To extradite someone, first of all, you must have an extradition treaty with the country the person lives in. Second, they must commit a crime. Third, that crime must be the same crime in the country they live in. And so they weren't satisfied with that, but understands that they sent that report to the embassy. I guess to probably verify it. I know what the embassy's response was, but they have been trying to get us either to kill us or to get us arrested or harm us or whatever it is. They're plotting to kill me. They've been doing that forever. I hope they could deal with the consequences after that, but they're not going to get through, number one. Number two, I hope they could deal with the consequences. But, Sherrod, the Guyanese people must understand that the PPP's intent is to criminalize people who criticize them. You notice that they have a draft legislation right now trying to jail people who leak information about the sovereign wealth fund. That's their mindset. Their mindset is like Hitler, like
To
Saddam
thief.
Hussein, like Vladimir Putin. They think they're Iran. That's where Guyana's going. Guyana is heading to a society like Iran or Russia or Saddam Hussein's Iraq. And we must stop that from happening.
Very well, very well. Of course. Stop by all means. Rickford, you know, they're trying with you. They're trying with you. But then getting through. And I'm surprised, you know, that people could come and try to transact one kind of business, try to get to understand them and so on. And they're bringing up Rickford Bar. But, you know, it's just like them because, you know, they have their press conferences, or if that's what you want to call them. And, you know, you come up, what you're wearing, your tight pants, your this, your that. As you said, it's an obsession. I thought it would have changed for the new year, but here we
But
are.
Sharad, I think I happen to think that that's a criminal conspiracy. And you know, my advice, or the advice CGID has received from attorneys here and from some of the politicians here in New York, is that we should have the FBI take a look at it. And let me say this: we are in no, I CGID, our team, we are in no way implicating the team that visited Guyana from Georgia. They rightfully upheld their ethics and ignored the nonsense that was coming from the PPP.
Great. Great.
But this is the PPP talking to politicians and business persons in the United States about a conspiracy or in attempting to induce them to commit a crime, which is to frame somebody and file a false police report. I think that warrants an investigation.
Yeah. Because, you know, I saw those folks from Georgia when they were here, and they all look like upstanding folks. So when we're hearing what we're hearing, you know, we have to clarify. We have to clarify, and that's what we're
And so
seeking to
from the
do
time
here.
the
And
meeting
I'm happy
ended,
to set it straight.
from the time the meeting ended, I heard, and I tweeted it. I heard what was said, and I didn't hear it from the team from Georgia. I heard it from somebody from the PPP. So, so just so they know, now it has come to light that in a report to the U.S. government, that conversation was mentioned, and I think it was appropriate for them to mention it because in case it blew up, they would then have cover. So somebody reported it, and it's gotten to people in Congress, it has gotten to the White House, and so we have now asked for an FBI investigation.
Yep, and you're within your rights. You know, these are serious matters. These are very, very serious matters, and we have to take our safety and security very, very serious, Rickford. Very, very serious.
And like I said, Sharad, I'm aware of another development in Guyana, and when I'm finished consulting with the United States government and my members of Congress, we will disclose it publicly. And Guyanese people should know that when they call their relatives abroad, members of the PUP intelligence apparatus are listening to them. So they're not safe. They're not safe. And Sharad, look, today they arrested this young man. I mean, the guy's a comedian. He goes on social media and crack jokes at people. He's laughed at me.
Allegedly.
Why must we?
Allegedly.
Allegedly what?
The guy is Mudwata.
Oh, well, that's what they're claiming. Yeah, allegedly. I don't know how they're going to prove that. I heard they seized his computer. But even if he is, even they're purporting that he is, even if he is, what the hell is wrong with the PPP? People, this is a Saturday Night Live equivalent. People can't crack jokes at them. They're the only people who can criticize people. It's ridiculous.
Apparently.
It's ridiculous.
Apparently. And that's why we say here, free Mudwata. Free Mudwata. Stop this nonsense, man. Stop this nonsense. Stop it.
You imagine? That's Donald Trump. We saw when Trump left office, Donald Trump was asking law enforcement sources if the actors on Saturday Night Live can be arrested. This is all the PPP trying to imitate Donald Trump's administration and his autocratic style of government. And Guyanese must not allow it to happen. You said it best. Could you imagine these business people, politicians, left their home in the United States to go to Guyana to talk about business opportunities and how they could increase trade and investment with Georgia and Guyana? And the PPP is going to ask them, how can we frame a black man in New York to get him arrested because he criticizes us on a daily
Yeah.
basis and he exposes our racism? That is dangerous. It is dangerous. It's almost like Hitler's MO, or some communist Vladimir Putin kind of MO. We can't allow Ghana to become such an apartheid state.
Rickford, it is as dangerous as this budget because the budget hit we boy and we it crash into we. The budget crash into we and we are recovering. We are recovering. What are your thoughts, Rickford, on this biggest budget ever?
Well, my very cursory examination of the so-called provisions that they're boasting about. I haven't read the speech,
You're
but
missing nothing, Rickford. You're five,
but
6 hours. You're missing nothing. I promise you, you're missing nothing.
but Sherrod, I think the budget is dangerous for the ordinary Guyanese.
Yes,
Um,
this.
the budget removes taxes on certain vehicles, which can haulers and transportation vehicles, which they're going to say is to ensure that the oil and gas industry is able to develop properly. But how can you grant relief to big businesses and none to the small man? No increases for the public service. Ole's pension was raised by $2,000. The income tax threshold for poor people was raised by $10,000. There's absolutely no impact. And then I think social assistance was raised by $4,000. In the meantime, the taxes that would be removed from these vehicles is hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars per
Yep,
vehicle. Per
yep,
vehicle.
yep,
Those poor people
yep.
getting pension, the poor people who have to go and buy their food in the market when there's what 50% inflation, they're not bringing in those big trucks and SUVs. It's the rich people. So what has happened, Sherrod, is that the private sector commission, which worked hard to finance the PPP government, sorry, the PPP campaign, they have now been able to get a budget they want so that they could pay less taxes while the poor people continue to suffer. That's what this budget is about.
Yep, yep. You know, we scrutinize it here, Rickford, and we can't find the anything in there for poor people in this country to lift us out of poverty and perhaps into the middle class. You can't find it in the first oil budget, as we said. You know, we went through all this pain of setting up this natural resource fund and all these components, and one government can go and with a swipe of a pen clean out everything with the board for the
Well,
natural resource fund. When the committee that's supposed to sit and to come up with these plans and projects that they can spend this money on, we're there. The whole thing has collapsed right in front of our eyes. The whole fund, the whole structure, right in front of our eyes. With the transparency there. They haven't shown us one thing in this budget. This specific thing we're going to spend this money on. All we know is that they're digging me out. Without grease, without oil, without lubricant. They're digging me out, digging out all the money out of the natural resource fund
but Sherrod,
report.
what is more troublesome, and we have a series of meeting plans with officials here to talk about it. What is more bothersome and should concern the entire world is that they're not giving an account of this money. Up to now, overnight, Irfan Ali rushed to us, the president, to sign this bill once it was allegedly passed by Parliament. But up to now, they haven't announced a timetable to withdraw the fund, or if they have already withdrawn the fund. I suspect the fund is empty, but there is no accountability. I heard Barjab said, he's the president, minister, finance minister of foreign affairs, governor of the central bank and everything. And money signer, or money signatory. Now, where's the accountability? How much of this money will fund the budget? How much has been withdrawn? We know nothing. Guyanese know nothing. It is unacceptable, and Guyanese must not remain silent anymore. These guys are thieves. All of them at the top there. All of them were arrested for theft, thieving the people's money. And now we've put the money back into their hands, or they have changed the law to make sure they have control of the money. Not any board, not any economic advisory council, not technical advisory council. No, Barry Jabde. Barry Jabde is now the sole decision maker and custodian, perhaps, of the people's oil money. And he's making a mess of it. He's making a mess of it. There are no longer any procurement rules that we know. There's no website that we could go on to monitor what's going on with the oil, what the audit find, what is the income so far, how many lifts were made, how many
Yep.
lifts went to
Yep.
Guyana,
Yep.
how many lifts went to
Yep.
Shell, Exxon, whatever. Nothing. We don't know anything that's
Yep.
happening. And they are now trying to make it illegal for anybody to leak that information out. So I don't
Yep.
know where we're heading.
Rickford, I want you to stay with me. I want to share some information. It's going to be a little messy how we sharing it here because the file didn't download in time for us to share it properly. But I really want to share this information with our viewers and get your thoughts on the other side. We talked just before we brought you on about how people is about friends and family, and you touched on some of it there. That's why I want to show it now about
Sure.
how this is about them and stealing money from the Guyanese. And I want you to listen to some people discuss. I hope the audio comes through about pillaging this country, about thieving money out of this, what do you call it, the farmers' cash grant as people go through the streets and sharing money, the COVID cash grant. I want you to listen to them and understand what happened. And we told them, the other general says COVID preventing them from auditing this money. We told them this money is being stolen, billions of dollars. But they ain't concerned because it's friends and families. I want you to take a listen and we're going to pick the discussion up on the other end. Hope the audio comes through.
Yeah, one person is get for a house. Each house is get 50,000 or the 100,000. They now just check. We just check that make sure two words name not there in one house. Yeah, one person is get for a house. Each house is get 50,000 or the 100,000. They now just check. We just check that make sure two words name not there in one house. You understand? If your mind likes, if your mind thing or your farm is one month you're getting. So I'ma tell you that you need supposed to come out and Ducky supposed to get. That's why me tell you that me go still left for me because Auntie Mala going to scratch it and I beg Auntie Mala don't do it. Because me tell her that me and you go do something. You understand? Ducky one at the process. Me went there today, Ducky one under the process. The same thing like we house, one person alone get. If it was two person, the Anthony should get free house and me should get the farm, or Anthony should get free farm, me should get free house. But a one you get, everybody you get one. You understand? And Auntie Mala, watch talk to them. All two of them in there, and one alone have to get the next one now, you can scratch it. That because if they go your house, then just see two body live there, and one should get a loan. But me beg she, me tell she left a man. Left a me and you go do something. That's why me call and tell you before we start work that not to stay at home, they come here. You understand? Not two person for the house. But I me go tell she that what happen, Auntie Mara happen. Cause she tell me that if it's scratch out, me tell she man left and me you go do something, me you go park it. Because me is the behang them. Me don't get paid for the behang them. But me the behang them because one people just God for them get them thing.
Who's sharing the live stream tonight?
Yeah, that's the first check was 50,000. Right? And we get 100. So we shave at 50. Good. You say, yeah. I agree to share the 50, right? But I got to come and get Gary check and come and jack her.
So who will tell you that you got share 50?
Molly said I'm five. Take one, the gal on ton, man. I get for you. The thing I'm far. Let's cut a cry.
So who can pay the other 50? Now if you gotta get 50, who gotta get the
I
other 50?
gotta get 50 and Molly gotta get 50. 25, 25. And the name of call for this thing,
Nobody call it.
And man running the just now. No, he come and like
Let me hear the man last
on the
time.
phone. When you attack on the phone, make the face pop to sour.
What about raw people for? What about tech people money for?
Scott, you say you check, make document of the past, and this and that, and you hear, and man, I hear they going to walk to Mala.
No, so she the first lady, she can test what she want and do what she want.
Good. We don't tell them already. Me say, you know, for this thing, and tell any minister, if you don't know. Right? He said, oh, wait a minute, call me. Why do that for me? He said, no. I take I say some fast fucking people.
But you get 100,000, right?
People, why you share umpire? I got people, I share fucking check. Now right now, I come and get me in book for check.
Yeah.
Right? I used to run what for 3 months and never book me. I got my go school, so I got my go so, I got my go right to you. Fuck you wrong. I never do nothing to me. So, are you?
So she come tell you house and tell you got give it to them 50,000?
No, they set up on the phone.
Oh, they set up on the phone?
Yeah, and then talk.
Oh.
They write up and write and then talk. The thing attack Molly, Mala, got to get 25. I got to get 25 because the check was at 50,000. And then I got to get 100. Me say, but Mala, I ain't be doing anything.
How them gonna make you get 100 in minutes and then get 100?
Yeah, the man come in and watch me whole place. And he watch, he say, yeah, you go get the check. And he think, you see how the place that you reach. How the water been right up to the wall. And so
good, so now the people can get you how Mal and Molly can give you that.
Now they want cut short money. Me say thing until I mean say some people me call me and I be done this thing. Me say no, me can't carry it done. I just got people that cunt. The wife say, why you cost by me say you come out this story.
Nobody overdo it now, Uncle Pone. Them overdo it.
Why them they wrong you for this check and this check belongs to them?
How they think?
When they get ampering on their own fucking people.
Exactly.
Yeah, this guy can tell Molly they give me amper on the ice pass me. Molly never stop me and give me amper.
Yeah, I'll get amper there.
If me them in there, they
no, you don't get the pass me. You send me a pension, me not supposed to get. But I wait for them this voting fucking time. No, I wait for them this voting time. And I
Sharon, I can't hear you.
Rickford, you understand why some whole communities didn't get hamper? Why some whole communities didn't get money and so on? Now, if there's a little project, Rickford, you're sharing out little money because people are hurting because of COVID and flood and so on. What them boys going to do to the oil well? What them boys going to do to the oil money, Rickford?
Well, Sharad, first of all, I'm not sure why Guyanese did not raise hell to make sure that this nonsense about walking around with monies and traveling bags was stopped. Right? Which country? What country have you ever seen people going to every house in the entire country with a bag of money from the government?
Dragging suitcases of money around village to village.
I have never seen anything like that in my life. It was designed to commit fraud. It was designed to commit fraud. And so many people have been complaining, and the government has said nothing. This was an exercise to pay back their supporters who voted for them. That's why they were passing the homes of Black people. That's why they were not giving certain people who are not perceived to be PPP supporters any of this money, be it the flood grant, the flood relief grant, or the COVID relief grant. And there should be a major police investigation. But of course, the police is not going to investigate anything. The police entire mission right now is to stop people from criticizing the government.
Yep. I want to offer $1 million for who knows Mala. Who knows Mala? Because a lot of people in Region 3 probably didn't get the money because of Mala and Mali and Uncle, whoever he be. You understand me?
Some of the money must end up back in the PPP coffers at Freedom House.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. It is what it is. But Rickford, this is the thing. You talk about it all the time. It's a kleptocracy.
Yep.
Top to bottom.
And the government has absolutely, Sherrod, no interest in investigating that. Why? Because they hire their own people to do this exercise, which is to take money to their supporters. And they're not interested. They probably give them a little wink eye and say, "Hey, you know what to do. So long we get our share too." And,
money got met.
Sharad, we as Guyanese, the people that live in Guyana, will have to make sure that there's accountability for the money, or Guyana will end up like Guinea or Guinea-Conakry, where the money, all of the income from the country, the revenue went into the personal coffers of its rulers, the ruler
Yep.
and its son,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
who is now being indicted internationally. And I want Guyanese to know that when PPP members commit crimes, they must do everything in their power to write the prosecutors in The Hague, write the United States government, write the British government. Don't trust the ambassadors, because the ambassadors might be in the pockets of these criminals too. Who knows? Because the ambassadors are silent. The ambassadors are silent. There's massive corruption in Guyana, right? The international community is not saying anything. And to some extent, I blame David Granger for putting the country in the hands of these kleptocrats. Because, we could have, there's water under the bridge, but I think this election could have been resolved in other ways. It was not, Granger without consultation can, just whatever. He had the power to ensure that there's more accountability with the elections. And now we have these people in there, and they're governing the country for themselves and their relatives and their friends and their supporters. They're transferring the wealth of the state. Perfect example. They're taking the state money and give it to people. Give it to their supporters,
Bust
taking
it.
all the money.
We can
That's what
bust
they're
it, man. We
doing.
can bust it. We can bust it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you talk about it, they try to get you arrested. Right? Even you remember
Cybercrime.
violence. And they
Cybercrimes.
don't care. You remember violence.
Cybercrimes. Right? And all
Yeah.
we're doing is bringing the information to the people about what they're doing, the skullduggery, the
But Shabbat, I
kleptocracy.
want to urge everybody in Guyana, challenge the Cybercrime Act. Get it nullified by the courts. Everybody should do that. Everybody within the sound of my voice, get an attorney, hire an attorney, and start challenging these things in court. This is the only way we're going to resolve these issues. Challenge the Cybercrime Act. Every person now who has been arrested under the Cybercrime Act, challenge its constitutionality. That's why we can't sit down, keep sitting and wringing our hands. Oh Lord, it's when Biden will move this ambassador so that we could get a real ambassador who could ensure accountability.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God,
yeah.
no.
We got a part
Get
to
up
play.
and stand up for your rights and use the court system. Freddie Kissoon and Nanlal and these people, every time black people or somebody who is not affiliated with the PP decide to go to court, they challenge them. Oh, they're going to court with frivolous thing and they're using the court, but them alone could go to court. No, every citizen under the Constitution has a right to equal protection under the law. Go and challenge these things. Mudwata should challenge the Cybercrime Act. The person allegedly arrested allegedly as Mudwata, go and challenge the Cybercrime Act. Sharad, you should do it. Everybody arrested should do it.
Well, I'm telling you, my attorneys are going to be doing exactly that. Exactly that. I can tell you that.
Mine too.
Right? I mean, they could matching anybody else and say you is Mudwata because I see you is watching on the internet.
Right.
You understand the madness here?
Right.
You
So
understand
they're
the madness
monitoring
here?
what you're doing on the internet. They're monitoring who you're calling. This is a communist society. This is Russia.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
a police
Russia.
state.
And
It's a police state.
who went to a community high school in Russia? A community college in Russia, sorry. Who has the closest ties to a community college in Russia? A glorified high school.
Rickford, as we wrap up, what are your thoughts to Guyanese though? Biggest budget ever. It hits we can't recover nothing in it for us though. What do you tell Guyanese? I mean, like what?
Guyanese need to assert their rights as Guyanese. We have to, the Guyanese living at home have to assert themselves as stakeholders in the country and force the government through various forms of protest to make sure that they themselves benefit from Guyana's oil resources, benefit from the natural patrimony of the country. We cannot sit down and allow the PPP through official instruments and through policies and corrupt means and practices to transfer the wealth to themselves, their families, and their supporters. We cannot allow that to happen. So what Guyanese have to do is to assert their rights, demand accountability, demand that the police take action to investigate these COVID grants issues. If not, write to the international community. We have to now start making the world know and become aware of the corruption in Guyana, of the racism, of the autocratic rule of government, of bad governance. And
Very
if
well.
we don't do it, who's going to do it? I am on a mission to do that. Will the people in Guyana join me? Let's see.
Yep. Folks, that's our program this evening. Rick Ford, thank you so much for being here, my brother. It's always a privilege having you here in the ring, Rick Ford. Don't be a
It's a
stranger.
pleasure. I like the
Thanks for
boxing.
coming by.
Thank you.
Awesome. Folks,
Good night,
there it
everyone.
is. The man himself, Rick Ford Bork. Good night to all except Molly and Marla. A good night to all except Molly and Marla. Free Mudwata. Free Mudwata. Folks, come on board. Partner with us. Help our program to move forward. Folks, we told y'all it takes something for us to do this work the way we do it. We try to do it so professional. It irks me that we had to show you guys the unfinished product. But we wanted you to get the information nonetheless. That's the important thing at the end of the day. Getting the information to you. Hear how they're trying to divide up the people money. Somebody money. You got to give them a kickback. Oh my. There's a country we got or is a civilized plantation. According to what Martin Carter said, our late great national poet. It's a country or it's a civilized plantation. Folks, share the live stream before we go. We understand things like not everybody could come on board and partner with us. Not everybody can sell a $5 US or $20 US. But you can share the live stream, certainly. You can smash that emoji button, certainly. Folks, share the live stream. We want persons to get this valid and credible information. Folks, we do our homework here, you know. When we say the crop is because we know it. You understand me? When the old man say you can pelt you, don't get the brick in your hand. Share this live stream. Thousands of you across the world still watching us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, watching us. Share the live stream, share it back to somebody. Help us to receive this valid and credible information. Help others, rather, to receive this valid and credible information. Guys, you know, we say come on board and partner with us. We have several platforms available to you. We got Cash App. The Cash App handle is $sign in the ring 592. We got PayPal, we got Zelle. Both of them are the same email address in the ring 592 at gmail.com. We are available via MMG. 627-6963 is our MMG number. We're available via MoneyGram. We're available via Western Union. Come on board. Partner with us, folks, so we can do this work. We're back tomorrow, folks, below the belt, and we're going to pick up with Molly and Mala. Good night to all. A good night to all, except Mala and Molly. Except them, the scamps. Except the scamp folks. Come on board and partner with us. Sporry Lee. Good to see you, Sporry Lee. Laverne, Harricharan, Kelvin Passal. Pace and power. We tell you all, the week might be ending, but we in fifth gear. We in fifth gear. Full throttle. Volme Wilson, good to see you. Joylyn Cook, Morna Monroe, Dan Graves, Andy, Humblebee, Ann Beverly, Mavis Henry. Good to see each and every one of you. David Wood, Joylyn Cook, Donna Miller, good to see you. Sandra Davis, good to see you as well, folks. Come on board. Find a way to partner with us and help us to move this thing forward. There's so much more we need to do, guys. And when you help us in that way, when you show up for this program on a nightly basis, you own a piece of it. By just showing up, you own a piece of it. Right? When you partner with us, you own a piece of it, folks. Help us to move forward. You all see what we're doing? 1 year plus we out here, night after night, fighting this fight. Night after night. Come on board and partner with us and help us to move forward from strength to strength, folks. From strength to strength. It's our privilege to do this on your behalf. Help us to do even more. Come on board and partner with us. Stay safe. COVID is real. Social distance, wear your mask, sanitize. Practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are in place for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. Stay safe, guys. Some of you are getting home from work. Some of you are heading out to work. Stay safe. Have a fantastic weekend. Self-care is important. Be gentle with yourselves over the weekend. Find some time over the weekend for self. We're going to be back here tomorrow at 12 for our podcast Below the Belt, and we're going to pick up with Molly, and we're going to pick up with Marlo. We might even pick up back with the monkey, right? And Mudwata. All the M's. All the M's. The letter for today's M. Stay safe, guys. That's our program. Share the live stream and smash that emoji button as well. We love you guys. Stay safe.